Hello, hello. Who's ready to party? We are so excited. We've been counting down the minutes to join you tonight. I almost said good morning because I'm just so used to saying good morning every time I go live. But good evening and welcome to our virtual birthday party. I know you guys have been excited about this. If you just happen to be tuning in, I know this isn't a normal time that we go live, and this live is available for anyone and everyone to watch. But just to give you a heads up, we did have our birthday release a couple of weeks ago. We offered a special where if you made a purchase, you would get a birthday bingo bundle, which we're going to talk about here in just a few minutes. If you have a bingo card, I hope you're excited to play along. Maybe you've already started your bingo card and you're going to finish it off tonight during the live. But if you don't have a bingo card, feel free to continue watching. We're going to do some crafting together, talk about some of our favorites. There are even some prizes that can be won. Even when he's excited, always about prizes. So there's prizes to be won. Even if you're just a watcher and you don't have a bingo card, you are eligible to win some of the prizes that Whitney and I have come up with tonight for the virtual birthday party. And then those of you who do have a bingo card and are playing along, you have all of the rules in front of you to be able to submit your bingo card and have an opportunity to win one of 17 prizes that we're giving away. So I'll talk about that in just a few more minutes. We're going to talk about the birthday bingo. And I want to say hi to some people, though, and see who's out there watching tonight. Easties is ready to win prizes. Yes. Hello, Wendy. Good to see you here. We have Lee. Your bingo card is about half full, ready to keep it going. That's great. Hello. Gayla is here. Carolyn and Linda. Linda says, pick me. So there will be opportunities for you to win prizes, as I said. They will be comment-based prizes. But we will tell you what question we want you to answer in order to be eligible to win the prizes that we're giving away on the live tonight. And we're just going to have so much fun.
Yes!
We've been looking forward to this, planning all of the things. Of course, we love to make cards, so there's going to be some of that involved. But let me start by talking you through the birthday bingo bundle, just a little bit. I'm going to move my screen here so you guys can see. Those of you who did make a purchase during our birthday release received a birthday bingo card. And in here, you got also an invitation to come to our virtual birthday party, which is right now, September 23rd, 7 p.m. You're here. And then on the back of this sheet, all of the instructions for how to play birthday bingo. So if you missed that there was a back to this, you might want to read over this. You have 48 hours after the virtual birthday party tonight to submit your birthday card in order to be eligible for a prize. So don't worry if you haven't looked at this yet, you will have time. While we are live tonight, though, you will want to pay special attention to the little squares that are marked with that play sign. So that is indicating the items that you can mark off during the live. If you want to use your little Impressions birthday set as a way to mark those off, I've seen people doing that as they submit their cards. Some of them put, stamp the word happy when they get a square. And then if you make a bingo vertically, horizontally, or diagonally, everybody gets that free space, then you have birthday bingo and you simply follow the instructions on the back to send us a photo of your card, and then we will be announcing those 17 winners. There will be 16 people who win a $25 gift card, and then one grand prize winner who will get a $100 gift card. And no one bingo is better than another, so even if you get blackout bingo, it still counts as just one entry. If you have more than one bingo card, you made more than one purchase, only submit one bingo card. Every person is only entered to win once, and so all of that information is on the back, but I wanted to just cover a few things with the birthday bingo. And this was our fun little inclusion for you guys. This is called Little Impressions Birthday. And this is what I'm going to be crafting with tonight. It might not look like much, but I have some fun inspiration for you, and it has been fun to see all of the samples that you guys have been making with your Little Impressions birthday set and posting on our Fans of Tailored Expressions page. So that's awesome. Oh, I love it. Little blast from the past. Holly says, I remember when TE first started way back when you had cupcake stamps with faces on them. You are correct, Holly. We did have that. Kind of the origin of Tailored Expressions was a character called Cuppy, and I loved cupcakes. They were kind of all the craze 17 years ago. You had festivals that were, you had the cupcake competitions on TV, and we loved our Cuppy stamps. So very, very fun. I'm excited. All right, let's get started then with the first thing we're going to do tonight. So there were lots of you who tuned in for our birthday release live. Actually, I'm going to pop back in here. Okay, so did everybody notice my little, Whitney, is it
you had a lot of comments.
Is it a headband?
Your tiara.
Tiara, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a headband or a tiara, but I will take either. So yes, when we had our original birthday release a couple of weeks ago, one of the things we talked about was something that they were doing in our studio. Laura, who is our studio manager, and she planned a really fun little thing for people who were coming in to celebrate our birthday release. And it was a cookie dough bar. Make your own cookie dough bowl with toppings on it. So many of you, as I talked about it, had never seen something like that. And honestly, I hadn't either. I thought it was the greatest idea. I may have visited the cookie dough bar more than once. And we thought it would be fun, even though we can't share it with you virtually. We thought it would be fun to show you the cookie dough bar that we made for our in-person customers, and maybe inspire you to make your own cookie dough bar. So, yes. Okay, I'm gonna come back down here. I'm gonna show you. It all starts with a tub of cookie dough. You can get edible cookie dough. Make sure this doesn't have any eggs in it, because we're gonna eat it without baking it. And this particular cookie dough tub comes from Cinnaholic, which I believe is a national chain. I heard that today in one of our meetings. So you can grab this, buy it at Cinnaholic if you have one of those near you, or you can get it in the refrigerated section of your grocery store. They have it there as well. So this is the cookie dough. I've got my bowl here, and I'm going to start by just scooping some of that cookie dough. I have to tell you guys, Whitney already made her cookie dough bowl.
You sold me out.
I sold you out, girl.
I was staring at it for like the hour before, and I was like, do you think anyone is going to care if I just dig in now?
Well, it's only me and you here, and I told you to go for it. So then we got a few different toppings. So these are just a few of my favorites that I enjoy putting on top of the cookie dough. We've got sprinkles. These are those little caramel, I forget the brand.
Caramel bits.
Caramel bits. Yeah, that's what they're called. And they have them near the chocolate chips.
Yes.
So if you're making like chocolate chip cookies, we throw these caramel bits in with our chocolate chip cookies. Oh, they're so good. But they're really amazing on there, so we're going to throw a few on there. We'll put a few colorful little sprinkles. Sprinkles make things pretty, but they're not my favorite thing to like munch on. Do you love sprinkles?
I love sprinkles! Literally, there could be like a whole bar of ice cream toppings. I'm like, there's sprinkles! Tons of them on there.
I guess it's, everybody has a different preference. So now I want to know, do you guys like sprinkles? Do you put sprinkles on your things? See, now that you say that, every time we go to Culver's,
yes,
Charlie, my daughter, chooses sprinkles.
Yeah,
and I'm always like, why do people want sprinkles?
I love them. They make me happy.
My topping, when I go to places like Dairy Queen or Culver's for ice cream, I choose cookie dough on top.
Oh.
And I think what I really want is just all cookie dough.
Yes, I get it.
So here we are, cookie dough. Somebody else said their topping choice for this would be more cookie dough. I love that, Candy.
Hey, do
Mine
that.
too. Oh, Easies wants to know if we're going to have a cookie dough bar at Stamp Joy. We've got lots of other big things planned for you for Stamp Joy. Woo! So Jennifer, no sprinkles. Brenda, not a big sprinkles fan. Kat likes to see them but not eat them. Okay, other people do say no sprinkles. So, okay, lots of no sprinkles. Sorry, Whit. You might be in the might be in the minority. You and Charlie can enjoy your sprinkles together.
Yes, we will. Yes. One big happy sprinkle family.
And then more chocolate chips. So I do love extra chocolate chips.
You know what I forgot?
What?
Was pretzels. Do you want to talk about the pretzel
yes.
making?
So Whitney did forget to grab the pretzels, but that was one of the big wins in Laura's cookie dough bar was you could take your pretzel then and like dig out a little dollop of your cookie dough and just pop that whole thing in your mouth for a little bit of that salty sweet. Or you could just eat out of the container of cookie dough. That's allowed too. I'm going to just use this spoon and we're going to have a couple bites of cookie dough together. Actually, I'm just eating it. If anyone else happens to have cookie dough with them, extra bonus points for you. That was not a square on the bingo card tonight. But that's just good.
Delish. I know.
Really good. I did try to avoid the sprinkles. Sorry, Whit. And I got an extra piece of caramel. So yum. Oh, yes. Carolyn says you're missing whipped cream.
Oh, true.
Okay, Jen. I don't know if you're allowed at the party if you don't like cookie dough.
It's okay,
I'm just kidding. She says it tastes gritty to her. It does have that kind of, like
in your mouth.
And
That's why
I love it.
Pretzel. Because it's like salty and crunchy and delicious.
Mm-hmm. It's feeling pretty delicious. We do have more planned for you tonight than just watching me eat cookie dough. So, we thought it would be fun, though, to show you what we meant by a cookie dough bar. And you can do whatever toppings you want.
Oh, yum.
Okay, so we're going to put that away for now. I'm calling it a win that I didn't spill any of the toppings
that would have been
all over my workspace. Yes. So, we're going to do some crafting together. I told you guys that I had some great samples to share with you that Sue and Susan and I have created using this set. And you'll want to use your fellow crafters as inspiration too. You can go on our Fans of Tailored Expressions page and you can find more samples using this. That was one of the tiles on your bingo card. And just to mention, all of the bingo cards are a little bit different. So if yours didn't have a tile that I mentioned, don't worry. It's still a valid bingo card. And yeah, but some of them did have that tile to create a birthday card using that stamp and then upload it to the fan page. So it's been fun to see your inspiration as well. Trina has a great question. On her bingo card, it says that a BTS TE fact is shared. So we actually had to look this up too.
Yeah,
I was like, what is BTS? Back to school? I had all these different... Maybe it's this. It's behind the scenes. So if I share any kind of behind the scenes little tidbit, then you can mark that off if you have that square. Okay, so let's take a look at some fun samples, right? Yes, Rose says it's a sugar rush tonight. And for 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night, I could use a sugar rush.
Feeling good.
Yep. I came straight from my daughter Maddie's volleyball game, and they won tonight against the crosstown rival, and so that was really fun. And then I got to have cookie dough. I had some caffeine. So, all right, this is the clear stamp set that we gave you in your little packet. I'm trying to get all the stamps on here so I don't lose any when we need them later. This is what it looks like. It's called Little Impressions Birthday. And I wanted to show you how much you can do with such a small set of images. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to see how you can stretch something so small to make something big. So I'm going to start out with small things because I think these little cards that Susan made are so fun. Look at those. Aren't those fun? She did this with our teeny cards. It's a little...
I love those teeny cards.
Isn't it fun? We call them teeny cards here at TE, but it's actually just called teeny cards. That's how it's spelled, but we put the emphasis on teeny. So this is our little cards made with the Teeny Cards die. I love those different stamps that she used in the background, and then just colored those with alcohol markers. These would be great tied onto a gift. You can even staple them over a little treat bag, and they could have some candy in a little treat bag underneath. So lots of fun things you can do with these. Oh, thank you, Whitney.
I figured you might be thirsty after all that cookie dough.
We've already been, I've already been yelling a lot, so Whitney got me my drink, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I know it's not teal, but it is one of my favorite colors. Also, this I would call dragon fruit, and I am on the Awala water bottle bandwagon. So if y'all need a new water bottle, this is an Awala. I love it. So give me your favorite water bottle in the comments. I have too many, and it's probably one of the things that drives my husband the most crazy is the number of water bottles in our house.
It makes me happy. A new water bottle.
I never have to look for one.
Nope.
Okay, I had my sip of water. I'm doing a lot of talking. So those were Susan's little cards, and then let's take a look at the cute little tags that Sue made. Look at those. Perfect to tie on a gift bag or a treat, etc. Love seeing that. Super cute. This is more pastel, and then Susan went more bold, I would say. These are kind of TE branding colors. We've got the yellow of the old days, the teal of the new days, and then the pink is our accent color. So I love that. All right, and then the projects we're going to make tonight, I made a couple of cards. And as I said, it's one of my favorite things to see how I can stretch these small images to make a big impact on a full-size card. And it does often require bringing in a few different products other than just the stamps themselves. So you'll see some extras that I brought in. We're going to do this easy strips background, and then I loved stamping this background here. I'm going to show you how I masked the scallops off and only stamped that Funfetti background stamp inside of the opening. So these are what we're going to make together. Ready? Okay, let's do it.
Card crafting.
I don't think this was one of the tiles, Whitney, but yes. Whitney sings a song. That should be, Whitney sings a made-up song.
I pretty much just make up songs to make my life happier all the time. I'm like, let's take out the trash.
Nothing sounds more Whitney than that. I'm just picturing you at your house singing as you drag the trash cans to the curb. Uh-huh. Everything's happier with a song. All right, so what I have here is I've got my removable, repositionable tape runner, and then I'm going to grab some of the easy strips that I have already cut out. So I need one of each color. Let me share with you my color combination after I grab all of these. I already have that one. I need the two pink ones. This one and this one. Oh, Carolyn has a good question, Whitney. Where can she find the Year in Bloom products?
Oh, great question.
That is a great question,
okay.
Carolyn. Thanks so much for asking that. You can find them on the website. You can even search a Year in Bloom. Mm-hmm. To find those.
Love those products.
They're great. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of repositionable adhesive on the back of these. There are a few different ways you can accomplish this, but I want to show you a little tip for doing this technique when you when you maybe only want to make one card. So as you can see, I have lots of these strips. I could have embossed a large piece of each of these and then used the die to cut them out. But instead, when I was making this project, I wasn't exactly sure the direction I wanted to go. So I just cut out the colors and started stamping things, and this is how it ended up. I thought this was a good way to maybe just make one of these by adhering these together with repositionable adhesive onto a piece of scratch paper. And you don't have to go in order of the rainbow, but I am. So we have, starting on the left, Guava, and then Pink Champagne. Then we have Papaya, Pineapple, and the last color is Dill Pickle. Everybody that I've shown these cards to have been like, oh, I love that color combination. So I'm not even sure this is one I have tried before, but I do love how it turned out. Okay, I've got those inside my MISTI with repositionable tape, and then I'm going to take the Polka Chic background stamp, and we are going to position that right over the top here. And there is going to be some area here that's unstamped because the stamp isn't quite as long, but we only need a short amount of this strip to make this. So that will be a-okay. So we'll pick that up then. And we're going to go ahead and powder this with our powder tool. And VersaMark to stamp the polka dots. And then I'll put clear embossing powder over the top. And that's how you get just a darker tone-on-tone shade for each one of those different pieces. If you were stamping with each different color, you could use the ink color. If you only had all the same color strips, but because I'm using all different colors of the strips, this is the way to get that darker tone-on-tone look with all the different colors. I prefer to also emboss it rather than just, you can leave it just stamped in VersaMark, but you'll get a much bolder emboss by adding, or polka dot pattern by adding the emboss over the top. Okay, so I can take that whole piece out, and I have clear embossing powder. And we can kind of powder that over the top. I'm gonna grab...
Cindy's asking, what size are these easy strips? This is a 1/2 inch.
This is, yes, great question. This is a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna take this piece of paper just because we're not playing bingo, so I don't need those rules, but I'm gonna use it. Use it as my little placemat. Yes, I think we might need Marilyn.
Oh. Yes, I can get
If you want to bring out Marilyn.
Yep, she's going to make a debut at our birthday party.
We have not shown Marilyn for a while, so let's take a look.
She got a bug in her, so she makes kind of a funky noise.
Marilyn got a little sick. This is Marilyn Monroe bot, and I spilled a little embossing powder. So this is a little vacuum cleaner that turns on. Charlie actually decorated this for me with the googly eyes and drew some hair and cut it out. So we've called her Marilyn Monroe bot for years, and here she is, making her debut on our birthday live. And Whitney said she caught a bug, so you can hear her rattling a little bit as I vacuum. We might just need to clean her out. I don't know. Okay, so there was Marilyn. And we'll go ahead and heat this now, and we can just keep it all attached to the piece of paper. You can start to see that color get a little bit darker as the powder is completely heated. right. And then we can just peel those off. Since we use that repositionable tape, it comes up easily from our background, and voila, we have what we need to make that one card tonight. Phil, that's a good question. I just purchased that heat gun. What would you use the low speed for? So there are 2 heat settings on this particular heat tool, a low and a high. The low heat setting, I use that if I'm watercoloring and I just want to maybe dry it a little bit more slowly. The other one, the high setting, is very hot. It's not low as in low speed and high speed. It's like low temp and high temp. So, oh, Dawn, I don't know. I was really doing my best not to have one of those tonight, so I'm not sure you can count that. I mean, doesn't everybody do that when they emboss?
I count it.
Oh, fine. All right.
Ulysses is asking, can you name the colors again?
Sure. Yep. So we've got the dark pink is Guava, pink champagne, Papaya, pineapple, and Dill Pickle. And what I'm doing here is just rubbing off the repositionable adhesive. If you didn't know that, it just rubs off easily, kind of brushes off of your cardstock after you're done with it, and goes back to just being a normal piece of cardstock without any sticky residue on it. Okay, there we go. That was pretty easy. Let's go ahead and do some more embossing and stamping while we have this out, and then it'll be easier to put all of our cards together. I think, Whitney, I might have to call in some reinforcements for this one.
Okay.
Can you be crafty tonight?
I am so crafty.
Okay, I kind of intended to do this ahead of time, and then I just think we got maybe a little bit excited about our cookie dough bowls. But I can go ahead and stamp all of these if you want to die cut them as I go. So what I am going to do is set up these little impressions, and we are going to stamp them, all 3 of them, onto each color of cardstock. I'm going to stamp them in VersaMark ink and then heat them with white embossing powder. And all of these little squares are going to be cut out with our square stacklets. So I went through our whole collection. Okay, you got to take my tiara.
Woo,
it's
cutting off circulation.
Oh, it's cutting off some circulation. I'm thinking, why am I getting a headache? It's a tiara. I think I have a bruise on the side of my head.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. I'm fine. Okay, so this is our small square that I'm going to be using to cut out the images, or Whitney's going to cut them out for me after I get them stamped and embossed. And I looked through our whole collection, and this is the square that I found to best fit the size of this. Now, are there other squares that you can make fit? Yes, definitely. There are. These are also really great, the ones that are in the teeny cards set. You can see that Susan used. And then our postage stamp. I'm not sure if people have asked about that one. It is a little bit small, but there are some solid squares in there that don't have the postage edge, and those work nicely as well. So let's go ahead and get these set up. And I want to make sure that I am spacing them far. Stop. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm spacing them far enough apart. So we're going to do something like that and pretend that square is going to go there. And then we're going to move over here and grab our cupcake just to make sure we have enough space between the images in order to cut them all out. All right. And then let's move over here. And we'll put that last one, the candle, that's a small one. We'll put that right about here. And that'll give us enough space to cut these guys out with that square die. All right, then we'll go ahead Tack this down. Is it raining?
It's raining.
It can't rain on our birthday party.
No raining on our parade.
No, Diane says a tiara headache is the price you pay for rainbow royalty. Oh, that might be the rainbow royalty gift this year. A headache-inducing tiara.
No.
Just kidding. Diane made us do it. All right, so VersaMark ink on these clear stamp images. And I often like to stamp them a couple times. Okay, let's get our little, now that we're using our instruction sheet as an embossing placemat, we'll just keep right on going. I'm going to try not to need Marilyn every time. And we'll just go ahead and I'm going to do a couple of these. I think I can move pretty fast, and then we'll emboss 2 at a time. So we don't have to listen to the embossing gun 5 times in a row. So powder. And ink. And stamp. I have to talk to myself to make sure I do all the steps. And stamp again. Okay. And then I never like to pour my embossing powder over my MISTI. Anybody else ever dumped embossing powder into their MISTI? It's not a fun thing.
Oh.
So do not emboss, do not add powder inside of your MISTI. Okay, so we'll go ahead and heat these 2 colors and then we'll move on. And then Whitney can get started with her crafting, cutting.
Get ready to see some amazing die cutting tonight, friends.
These squares are going to be so perfectly centered.
Oh man, actually that is really hard.
Okay.
I can do anything.
All right, here you go. There's one. And all right, we have done 2. Yeah, the hard part, Whitney, is going to be the fact that you have 1 die.
I know. I'm going to be just cranking this big shot over here.
Oh, it looks like we do have some people who have said, been there, done that with the embossing powder. Do not recommend. It was a mess. Yep, you do it once and then you realize never to do it again. So yeah. Carrie, let's see, what does Carrie say? Maybe I missed your question. Oh, she said something about how does your team come up with so many amazing products and projects, and we have an amazing team. We've got a whole group of people that share ideas and brainstorm products, and design products, and create with the products. And then a whole other group of amazing people who make sure the products get on the website and that you have graphics to understand what's happening each week. And then another amazing team of people who package it
Yes.
and get it ready to hang on the hook. And then another amazing group of people who pick your orders and ship it out to you. So, yeah,
We're very lucky to have a lot of fun people to hang out with every day.
We do, yes. And I think I forgot to mention all the fun people that have a hand in manufacturing the products that we carry. So there are a lot of steps, but we all love what we do. And one of the things that John says a lot is that we want our employees to have joy because we want them to be able to share their joy with you, and you can't share what you don't have. So people here care about our customers, even if you've never seen their name, heard their name, or understand what they do. They care a lot about providing you with the best product, the best experience. So I am pretty blessed to work with amazing people. All right, so let's...
I'm really hoping I make you proud with these squares.
Me or the people?
Everyone.
Everyone, all of us.
Maybe
Okay.
the crafty mishap is going to be mine.
Okay, guys, I'm going to avoid a crafty mishap by grabbing my little mini mitts. And if you haven't seen or used these before, these will protect your fingers from getting burned. So when you have a piece of paper that you're holding kind of close to the heat of your embossing gun, you can just go right up against there and you're not burning your fingers. They're made of silicone, so they are heat resistant. All right, we'll do that one. I gotta set that down to pick this one up. Here you go, Whit.
Thank you.
You blew through those already, huh? I'm doing too much talky over here. All right, there's that. Now you might wonder, how come I didn't just stamp and powder and then heat all of them at the same time? I will let you know, word to the wise, the VersaMark does dry onto your paper, and even if you've sprinkled it with the embossing powder, it doesn't stay put until you fully heat it. And so if you wait too long between stamping and powdering and your VersaMark dries, when you hit it with your heat tool, it will blow off some of the embossing powder because that stickiness of the VersaMark is no longer there. So that's why I've done a couple and then heated them and then done a couple more and then heated them. So we're on our last color here. And if you want to kind of remake these cards, I think the fun part would be to choose a color story and then do exactly what I'm doing. Mass produce that color story by stamping images, doing a bunch of embossing and die cutting, and then you get to mix and match and play and have fun with the pieces you create. All right. Whitney's busy.
Cruising now. I got this down.
I've got one more here to heat emboss. Okay, last one, grab my little mitts and we'll heat this one. Okay, last one. There you go, Whitney. And I'll start bringing some of these over. You can ooh and ah over Whitney's beautiful die cutting. Look at how centered those images are. Perfectly inside of those squares. Great job, Whitney.
Really tried hard.
We make a good team. It's like we've been doing this for, I don't want to tell how old we are, but if those of you who don't know, Whitney and I are sisters, and so we've been a good team for a lot of years. And I'm pretty lucky to have Whitney join me at Tailored Expressions within the last, has it been 3 years that you've been here? Yeah. So we get to work together and have fun every day. I love it. Okay, so we've got one more color to cut, so I'm going to kind of push these aside, and we're going to start assembling this card. I'll bring it into the frame here so you can see. This is where the reposition, woo! Oh my.
What?
Oh, I knocked this. I don't think I've ever done that before. Sorry, y'all. There was not an earthquake.
Was that a crafty mishap?
Now that was a mishap. Okay? You get that one. That is something I honestly have never done before during a live. So there's a first for everything. Sorry about that. That was a lot. Okay, so let's talk through this. I was saying this is another good use for that repositionable adhesive. I've actually done this part ahead of time. I took our Tall Tales alphabet and I wanted them to be stacked up so that they have some dimension to them. So I have 3 layers of white die cuts and then a colored die cut on top. So yes, everybody's calling out my crafty. I guess it wasn't technically a crafty mishap, but it was definitely a mishap. So, all right, here we go. This is...
Here are your pinks.
Thank you. All right. Now, I am an eyeball type of crafter. I've said that before for you guys. And there's really nothing wrong with being, you know, more of a measuring crafter or more of a, I just want to see it type of a person. If you are more of a measuring exact crafter, I love that. That is Susan, and she has taught me a lot about, you know, measuring and how to make it perfect when you really need it to be. One of those tools that we use a lot for that purpose is our little crafty ruler. And what I'm going to do here just to show you is to set the ruler down. And if my cardstock is 4 inches, then I want my little P to land at 2 inches, maybe a little left of that. And then it's easy to fit everything in from there, making sure that I can count how many spots I want between each letter, which is a little bit easier when they both have downward pieces. The P's are a little bit harder because your spacing comes up here at the top. But then you can also measure how many, okay, I've got 3/8 of an inch down at the bottom there, and then I've got 3/8 of an inch between the Y and the end, so I know that my spacing is perfect. And this is where it works great to, let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my, actually, can you grab me one of the magnetic rulers that's over there? I want to hold this down. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to hold this paper down with the magnetic ruler so that I know it's not going anywhere while I arrange these letters. And I'm going to keep my ruler there and keep it straight on the bottoms of those letters. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that adhesive, repositionable adhesive on the bottom. And I'm going to tuck that in the middle there. Somebody said, I like crafting as much as I like watching other people craft, so I hope this part is fun for you all and not like watching paint dry. So we are just going to keep doing what we're doing with these. And the reason why I'm going repositionable is just because, just in case I want to move it just an eats later, I still can. And I'm going to get all of those other pieces down first. Okay. Who's excited for giveaways?
It's literally
Whitney.
my favorite thing to do is to come up with things to give away to you guys. I'm like, guess what we could do?
Whitney bought 18 things and she's like, I bought all of these things. Okay, you narrow it down. Tell me what you want. Well, I want all of it.
I like it
So
all.
then we do all of it.
We have too much fun with giveaways.
Okay, so we've got that basically laid out. Now I am going to kind of sandwich my happy with a 1/8 inch white strip, easy strip. You can see here I have that going horizontally at the top and the bottom of the word. And that's just going to give me somewhere very easy to make sure that all of these strips are lined up flush with that edge and making sure that they're straight. So we'll go ahead and glue these down. Okay, not too far above the letters, just maybe a, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. And then we'll do the bottom. We'll cut those off in a little bit, but for now I'm going to leave this tacked down to my glass mat. Okay. So those are now glued in place. And we're going to use our letters that aren't quite perfectly tacked down. We're going to use those to adhere these guys. So if I put this kind of like the H is coming right off of there, I want to tack down the Y just to make sure that as I put these down, my spacing looks good from left to right. And I'll go ahead and glue these in place. Actually, I think I'm just going to use tape runner on the polka dotted end of these. And just push that right up against the white portion. And then I'll do the other side. Oops, wrong tape. I'm starting to wonder now that we've talked about my crafty mishaps so far tonight, have I ever done a live where I didn't mess up? I probably haven't. It's just part of crafting, right? That's why we talk about it. It's not about perfection. Doing this craft is not about perfection. It's about heart. Putting a little bit of your own self and time and effort and thought into something that you know is going to make somebody else's day. All right, then we've got the yellow one here. And you can cut those off. You can do this with the scissors if it's easier for you, or you could do it with a guillotine trimmer, whatever you find easiest to get a nice straight cut, because this is the end that we will use as we glue these to the other side of the letters. And let's do these while I have the paper here. Okay, you guys can get out of the way. Now, put this back in place, and we'll go ahead and adhere the bottom part with the other leftover part of our patterned pieces. Guava. Dill Pickle. Dill Pickle is one of those colors that I wasn't sure I would like, and I reach for it a lot. And Susan was actually asking me just the other day, like, what green is that? I like that green. And I said, Dill Pickle. And she said, Dill Pickle? I don't typically go for that one. So
now that we have new colors, I feel like we're reaching for some of those colors that we didn't use near as much.
right. Now they have a family to kind of
Yes.
land with. Yeah.
I love that about adding new colors to your collection.
It has been a fun thing. Okay, so it looks like I got just slightly off of my spacing, so I'm just going to move this guy over just a little bit to get a little more consistent white space. It's the great thing about using adhesives that you can still get up. Okay, there we go. Now we'll cut off this end. And the card is pretty well done. That was the hard part, was building that little scene there. So for the rest of this card, I stamped the little birthday stamp. I'm going to go ahead and do these. If Whitney, you want to do the die cutting for me again?
Yes.
I die cut these with one of our, this is called sentiment strips, and it comes with lots of different sizes of a strip die. And it looks like I used this one. So there's the die you're going to use. And I am going to stamp these on white cardstock. So this is our sugar cube. Place it right up here. We have the birthday, and then I'm also stamping the Make-A-Wish so that we'll have it done for the other card that we're going to make. VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink is the ink that I'll be using for these sentiments. Okay. Perfect. There we go. Whitney, do your thing.
Professional die cutter.
All right. So while Whitney is doing that, we're going to go ahead and lay out this other card. I wanted to show you how it looks kind of fun to have a pattern only on the inside of the stitch line. So I have already die cut the framed piece. This is the large outer rectangle from the All Planned Out 2 set. I use this a lot. I like the stitch line that's on the inside of it. And I'm going to grab my Misty. This time we need to take out the black pad because we're going to use our rubber stamp. So we'll take all these clear stamps out from the inside. You know, as we were designing this little stamp set, I thought, hey, I'm having a lot of fun with this whole concept. It might be fun to do stamps in other themes, like Little Impressions Easter and Little Impressions Christmas. And so maybe that's, if you guys are liking that idea too, maybe that's something you'll see in the future. So
a couple people were asking if we had coordinating dies to these, and I said, nope, but we always like to hear, you know, what people are looking for. It's never, nope, we don't. It's sometimes just a, not yet.
Not right now.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is I have some of our Post-it removable labeling tape, and I'm just using the straight edge of that. You saw me cut it in half because I don't need to use a full piece of it, and I'm using that straight edge to go along the stitch line. And then we need a little bit for the other end, and we can cut that in half and put that straight edge right along there. So now you have created a mask so that when we're done stamping, you'll only see the pattern on the inside of that rectangle. So kind of something fun to play with a lot of your different dies. This is called the Funfetti. Okay, Funfetti background stamp. And we're going to ink that up. This is pink champagne cardstock, and I'm inking the stamp with pink champagne ink. So we're going to get that tone on tone appearance. That's a great question, Carrie. She says, I don't use Facebook very often, so when we post our bingo card, does the post need to be approved before it shows up? Yes. All of our fan page posts have approval, and we do our best, obviously, during working hours and, whenever we might pop on to get those approved. So if you don't see it right away, don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. Just give it a little bit, especially if you're posting like at night or in the middle of the night. Maybe your body woke you up at 3 a.m. and told you need to upload that birthday bingo card. But it probably won't be approved till the morning. So, all right, there it is. Okay, we're getting there. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I laid these out. Again, I did more of a sort of eyeball. That's just me. So picky and choosy the things that you want to use. I tried to vary the colors and vary the kind of different icons that I was choosing. You know what? I didn't need pink. I made you do all those pink ones for nothing, Whitney. Don't be mad.
Nope, it's okay. I'll use them later.
Okay. Okay. So something about like that. And then when you have those in place, it's easy to just pick one of them up, add some foam tape to the back, and adhere them in that same pattern. Then for the rest of this card, a couple of things that I did. You can see how there are some darker sections on some of these stamps. So I took the like a lighter version of each of these colors of OLO marker, and I just used it to darken the cardstock so that you don't take away from kind of the color arrangement you have going on by coloring in the images with different colors, but just highlighting some of those details of the images with those markers. Hopefully you can see what I mean by that. So I won't go into all those details, and you guys don't have to watch me glue down 6 squares with foam tape, but I will bring in here and show you kind of how the projects, once they're glued, are going to come together. So this is a pink champagne card base. Whitney die cut those sentiments for us with the sentiment strip. So we've got the happy birthday that's going to sit down there. We have the Make-A-Wish here. And then I have a sugar cube card base for this one. And then the last thing that I haven't mentioned, I know it's not anybody's favorite thing to do, which is probably why somebody already asked about the dies. But I did just fussy cut around the 2 images that I put on the happy birthday card. So that would be the party hat. And it is it's not too bad to fussy cut when the images are embossed. I feel like it gives you a nice line to follow, and it's not too tough. And as I cut around this little pom-pom part, it's probably the most difficult part to cut around, but I like to kind of keep my blade cutting by just slowly squeezing and not opening up the blade of my scissors every time I want to make a cut. If that makes sense, travel that along the line down there. Sometimes watching someone else fussy cut might bring about something that you didn't think of, or a different technique that you could try. So really not too bad to cut out the images, but thank you for your requests on having these dies, and maybe seeing a collection of these tiny little icons come to life would be a fun thing. So, all right, Whitney.
Is it prizes time?
It's time for prizes.
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
Can you be the Vanna White for me, please?
Yes.
And show them the prize option.
Yes. You guys are going to love this. This prize is amazing. Whitney knocked it out of the park.
Just saying, I like to buy things.
She likes to shop for things. So if you remember, when we launched our birthday collection, we had a disco theme happening. And so we went a little bit disco with our party favors tonight. We have 2 giveaways. So the first one I'm going to do, you need to leave a comment to win. And this first question that I want you to answer is, what is your favorite birthday treat? What do you want more than anything else on your birthday? It doesn't have to be sugary. It can be whatever you consider to be your birthday treat. Maybe a big steak with some of your favorite steak sauce. Whatever it is for you, what is your favorite birthday treat? All right, you guys start leaving your comments. You don't even know what the prize is, but I bet people are just going to comment anyway. So here we go. Disco party bundle coming to one lucky winner. You have a disco cowboy cup. It has a hat on it, you guys. And you can unscrew the hat and put your drink inside and have lots of fun with that.
I believe you were the one who said on the live, every disco ball needs a dress-up edition.
It does. And that's kind of fun because our disco ball set has what's called disco, what did we call them? Disco dress-up guys.
Yes.
And you can dress them up with a party hat, with a smiley face, with lots of different things. So you get your little cup. Then we have some super fun disco straws. So let's say you don't feel like you want the whole cowboy vibe going on, but you still want a little disco. Just put your straw in your plastic cup and enjoy. So you get a couple of pink disco ball straws. We have this lovely disco. Look at that. That's so fun.
I want it.
I want this. It's a journal, a lined journal. It is super psychedelic. Do you remember Mom?
Yes.
She used to say, that's psychedelic wow. So this is psychedelic wow, you guys. Mm-hmm. Love that. It's a journal. Then to write in your journal, we have these super fun Sharpie markers. Look at those colors. Don't they just scream TE? I love those. Very fun. And then we have disco ball magnets with smiley faces on them. You can put these on your little cart. Maybe you want it to hold your microfiber cloth in place on your little rolly cart. You'll find a spot for these magnets. And then last but not least, we have birthday party marshmallows. These just looked really fun. They're like gourmet, handmade indulgent snack, it says. So these are like little gourmet marshmallows with sprinkles, Whitney's favorite, on top.
Pretty sure you should use your mini mitts while eating those.
Okay,
Crafting with marshmallows.
grab an extra pair of mini mitts so that you can eat your snacks like Cheetos and marshmallows while you craft. Okay, so I asked you guys, what is your favorite birthday treat? I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on my birthday release live, but my favorite birthday treat every year I look forward to, my mother-in-law makes homemade German chocolate cake, and she makes me a pan, and she makes double the frosting recipe. So when she gave me the recipe, it actually says double the frosting in like parentheses, like just do it. You're gonna want it. So she always doubles the frosting, and I think like the amount of cake and the amount of frosting is equal. So that is my favorite birthday treat. My mother-in-law's German chocolate cake.
Oh, lucky.
I have a lot of favorite treats though, so you might hear me say like hot tamales are my favorite treat, which is not untrue either. So, all right. So we are gonna have one more giveaway tonight, and then we're gonna let you guys get to bed because we gotta get to bed too. Last giveaway. So you're going to get I think everything is the same, except the drink cup is a little different. The other one doesn't have a hat on it. So first bundle got the hat one. Second bundle, you get the disco ball without the hat. Okay. And our question for you to answer is, what is your favorite thing to do on your birthday? What do you choose to do on your birthday? I think that's a fun thing I always look forward to my birthday because, you know, it's that one day that you get to choose what I want to do. And we'd love to hear. Is there something you choose to do every year on your birthday? Do you have a tradition? Do you just have something you hope to do? Maybe if it doesn't happen on your birthday, that's okay. You could do it another time, a couple days later. What's yours, Whitney? Do you have one?
Oh.
Put you on the spot. What do you like to do on your birthday?
I like to go relax and have a massage. I never have quiet time.
Yes.
So anything with quiet time is great, but then I love family time too. You know, I spent my 40th this year with you guys in Okoboji, and that was great. We had such an awesome day with family. It was awesome.
We did. Yeah, I think at this stage in my life, quiet time is something that I also love. My quiet time, though, involves also shopping. So I usually go shopping alone on my birthday, which is a rare thing. I don't go shopping alone very often. Usually I have a kid with me at the grocery store or at the, they need new shoes or school clothes or volleyball stuff or whatever. It's pretty rare that I get to walk around the mall and go to all the stores I want to go to. So that's what I do on my birthday, at least at this stage in life. And then, of course, dinners with family, like Whitney said, spending time with family. So Patricia says eating out. That's a big thing too. I don't want to cook on my birthday. All right, you guys, feel free to keep leaving those comments. We will be choosing the winners after the live tonight. It's a lot to be able to sort through the comments as fast as they're coming in and try to choose a random winner. So we will be announcing those 2 winners. That's actually 4 fingers. I meant 2 winners. We will be choosing those and posting those after the live tonight. Or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly when.
The winners? I'm going to post them on Friday.
Friday.
Yes,
okay.
I'm going to give our replay friends a little bit of time.
Okay, sounds good. We also will be posting the winners of the birthday bingo bundle. As I said earlier, we'll be giving away 17 prizes because it was our 17th birthday. So 16 $25 store credit winners and then 1 grand prize of $100 store credit. So we thought a long time about, how we wanted to do these giveaways, and we thought for this birthday bingo, you guys deserve to pick out what you want. So we are doing store credits for those, and hopefully that's fun for you guys. Okay, I think it's time for us to say no!
It's not time yet!
You're looking for these, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what is she looking? If you guys could see Whitney, she's like, looking around the room, confused. Like I can tell she can't find something, but I don't know what exactly it is. So I forgot to tell you all this at the beginning. And if you're still here all the way at the end, you deserve to see a little T, right?
Yay!
Okay, so I did a little hint this morning during our regular live that next week's release would be the most wonderful time of the year. And so I have something to share. I'm just going to put it right in front of my face. Here it is. Oh, it's going to be so pretty, you guys. And that's just one little sneak peek. If you know our holiday release, then you know we like to do it big. Go big or go home. It's the holidays. So we are really excited to unveil all of our collections next week, and we hope that you will tune in with us. So before then, if you want the earliest sneak peek, head to our Fans of Tailored Expressions page where Whitney and I do a product reveal video every Saturday. It usually goes out in the morning around 10 or 11 o'clock. So you can find that there and you'll get the earliest peek at what's coming on Tuesday. And then we get to craft together again next week, all the Christmas things. So super excited. And thank you guys. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for 17 amazing years. Thinking back to, younger Taylor, 17 years ago Taylor, I really could not imagine this moment. And I'm so grateful to all of you who have joined us along the way, who make these birthday celebrations just even more fun each and every year. So thank you for letting Tailored Expressions be part of your journey, your creative journey, and helping you share joy with everyone in your lives. All right, Whitney, do you want to come say goodbye?
Friends,
are you camera ready, Whitney?
I will put on my birthday tiara.
Okay, Whitney and I are saying goodbye.
Bye, friends.
Thanks for joining us.